I'm on earlier today, just fair warning. Let me see if I can pull up all this stuff. Good afternoon, internet family. Hope y'all are having a good day. I just want to kind of show off for a second my little. Everybody's always like, "Oh, well, let me see your stuff." Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Best shot. Oh, my mascara is everywhere. The word of mercy. Oh well. Guess it's not one of those beauty videos, is it? Close enough, right? Get an up close shot of all my wrinkles. Anyway. Alright, let's see. If I could turn this around. Look at that. We got a really cool, neat little decor thing for my little desk area. Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. I love ads. So yeah, I have a neat little desk office area. Don't mind the little orbs flying around. If this house is haunted, it's going to be for a good reason. Alright. I need to close that up because I have too much in the background. Mute. Why is it not muted? There we go. That's muted. So we're going to listen to Pip-Boy Radio today. Hopefully it doesn't get copyrighted. We'll see. For some reason the internet's kind of messing with me. So it's Pipboy Radio on YouTube, if you're wondering what I'm listening to. It's some classic music, sounds like. Some of it might not even be real. It might be AI. Who knows? So, yeah, about that. Today's numbers, yay! And, alright, so, let's see. Oh, did it close it? Why is it stop playing? It does. No, I want it to play. Why is it not playing? What? How dare you? It should be playing in the background. It did it yesterday. Alright, I'm closing it out. Sorry guys, technical difficulties here. Gotta love it. Happy Tuesday. Alright. Oh gosh. Okay. It's not doing it. Why? It's aggravating now. There it goes. Okay, good. Yay! Okay. Alright. Let me see. Alright, so some of the websites that I'm going to use today is my Google Calendar, and I'm going to use EveryDollar, which is a website that you can use for free. You can use it as an adult, or you can also have a teen account. And it helps you to be able to track your budget and stuff. So I don't know if they have some recent upgrades. I'm not promoted or anything. I'm not sponsored, so I'm just telling you guys what I use. I also have a book that I keep up with paper-wise as far as budgeting and stuff, and that's something that I think everybody needs to kind of look at. I know everyone's like, oh, save, because, you know, end of the world is happening, evidently, so. Baby? Yeah. Can you grab me my red book? Okay. I think it might be in the car. I forgot my other book. I forgot that I transferred over to the green book. I'm not done with the red book yet. So I grabbed both and I don't mean to. I didn't mean to. So, all right. I'm going to see. I can't share a screen because I'm on my phone. Come on now. Oh, there was a change there. What in the world? Alright. Movie.com. And I'll add that into the listing on my About Me section. Hope y'all are having a good day. Side note to what I was saying yesterday about TikTok having a new section called STEM. It is free and fully available for everyone to use. It has basically teaching. Teachers are on there, and it's a shorter. I think they're shorter classes or they're live streaming classes. So kind of like what I'm doing right now with the homeschooling thing and have been doing for the past 3 years. Nobody ever watches it. Is that, you're doing little shorter bursts of education. Most of society today now is used to that instant gratification of everything right now. And nobody really wants to go into the in-depth learning unless you're specifically looking for something independent. So I feel like having access to education for free is amazing because of the fact that people who are in different levels of abilities, as well as whether or not we have access to things. So TikTok seems to be right now a more, in my personal opinion, grounded and more for the people rather than like news or other social medias and stuff like that. It seems to be a little bit more centered on how much attention can you get rather than how much can we help the world and how much can we help each other. So or even ourselves, because self-care is priority. So the red book?
Yeah, I didn't see no red book.
Can you grab my gym bag? I bet you it's in the bottom.
Oh, where's the gym bag?
In the room.
Okay.
Might be on the chair. So the shorter term learning and more accessibility, I think, is a lot better for most of us today, and especially the youth of today is so used to electronics and that the information is everywhere. There's internet everywhere. You should not be without education of some sort. Now, whether or not the source is reliable or not, that's a whole nother thing. So, but then again, in history, none of our sources have ever been 100% reliable anyways. So, I mean, I don't know. I've been doing this for a couple of years now and, off and on, and I really enjoy it. And I'm sure that the teachers who have been dealing with, dealing with the COVID and the back and forth and schools having shootings and crazy shit. So, and sicknesses and just overall just a whole bunch of problems. So the entire structure that we're have had is starting to alter and evolve. You're going to start noticing a lot in the world around you now is that the evolution is starting to become a little bit more noticeable. The world is changing. People are changing. You'll start noticing the people around you, their behaviors may start changing based on, whether they're going through their own things or not. So, and we have to be able to adapt to that, because if you don't, you're going to get left behind. And one thing that, I've learned, and a lesson that I learned is that if I don't keep up with everything that I'm supposed to be keeping up with, I'm going to get so far behind that it's going to feel like I'm drowning. And I'm going to get distraught and I'm not going to know what to do, blah, blah, blah. So, but yeah, try best to keep up with it. And that's one other thing with the Numberz is that everyone's always like, oh, numbers and money, it's always there, it's always around, it's always a problem for most people. They think it's a problem because they don't have a handle on it. they don't understand it. So automatically it becomes this thing that's like the world's greatest nightmare because they don't understand it. So, and numbers really do and are baseline for all things. So if you're able to manage your numbers in your own life a little bit better, then it does help, you know, life run a little bit more smoothly naturally, but then also it helps other people too. So if you're able to get a handle on your budget and your own personal numbers, then you're good. Oh, that's cool.
I'll show it to you later. I just saw it. I forgot about it.
You mind if I show that on the science stream Thursday?
Yeah, man.
That'd be kind of cool. Another thing that I've been struggling with majorly is I don't take the time out to actually do my budgeting. So having a schedule, not for everybody. Consistency is key. I always promote these things and I never do them. So people who know me behind the scenes and people who know me in the stream in real life know that I'm usually a hot mess. And if you've been following my stream this entire time, you know that it's interesting, to say the least. So what I do is in my every dollar account, and I'll go ahead. I'm going to try to see if I can log into my Twitch from here. Oh, no, I can't because I have to have the Avi. Oh, no, I forgot. I do this every time. Because I can't stream directly from my laptop unless I use a third party. I have to use my phone. So, and if you log into your phone and you're already streaming, you can't pull up the Avi without it kicking you back off. So, interesting. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to make me do the Avi. Can you download the token on a laptop? Click here to authenticate via SMS. Oh, cancel that. Because I don't even have that phone number anymore. I just thought of that. Okay, anyway. Numberz, Google Calendar. I was going to add the link name on here, but it's everydollar.com. You guys have seen me use it before. It's in some of my other streams, and like I said, in my About Me section, I might be able to add it. But I can't add it right now because I can't even log in. So some of y'all have been with me since 2021, like 2020, 2021. So, yeah, I'm going to have to wait until later to add that. Darn. Okay. I'll add that in my list of things to do today. So I'm also contemplating a multi-stream. I don't know if you guys are used to doing this or not. It's an idea that maybe you guys could start using. But I used to do it when I had websites that would do it for me, like Melon and some of the other ones. I liked Melon the most. I actually had that one saved. That and where is it? As a third-party site to do the streaming and stuff from. What is the duck? It's like a duck. Hold on. StreamYard. Okay, so I did not do very well with the whole restream thing. Um, let's see. Another website that was really good was education.com. That's a free website. I think I have it on my Twitch already. EveryDollarEdu.com. Education.com, not educom. Oh gosh, I can't spell. Education.com. So, here we go. Alright, so according to the Google Calendar, it's saying to use the Red Book and workbooks. I don't have my workbook or worksheets, but you can go on education.com and either print them out or just use them directly from the site, I think. Let's see. Finishing word vocabulary list for that one worksheet that I did have. We kind of worked over that already. I did not finish out the worksheet itself, but we did talk about stocks and bonds. We'll probably be talking about that a little bit more later on once I get used to having this schedule pretty much regularly. I also don't have my pink binder, but we'll be doing all of that in Every Dollar right now anyways. And any of the bookmarks that I've had for websites, for the most part, I think I already have them on my About Me section. I'll have to add some more, and I'll add more as I find them, but I don't think I need to order anything right now because I pretty much have everything I need. What level can you do is another question that had come up. Last I did testing for myself, I had a 4th grade math level. So I'm looking into pre-algebra workbooks and stuff like that, not just for myself, but for my son as well, because he was doing that in school. And he's doing it in the homeschooling stuff for his diploma, because he'll be getting his diploma through the state. So, let's see. So my personal math level is level 4 right now, so I'm still working on that. And you guys will probably be working on that along with me. I think that'd be kind of cool for you guys to be able to join me on that journey of learning. So where does financial stagnation start? To be honest with you, I've seen people teach their kids about money as young as they're able to understand what numbers even are. I don't think we fully have a concept on what money is until we're a little bit older. And then as we become adults, we have a much better understanding because of the way that it works in the world today. And what works best for us and another person is going to be different. So, but yeah, financial stagnation starts when you don't start taking that, even in our own personal lives. Like if I skip a week of budgeting, it's going to start financial stagnation in my own life, and then it causes this long-term turnaround in the outer world. So, like I said, is if you don't keep up with it, then you're going to get left behind. And so keeping up a weekly budget, the reason why I keep bringing these up is not just for you guys, but it's for myself as well. Keeping up with your budget every week, whether or not you make any money or not, in that week doesn't matter. It's just the fact that you're keeping up with it and you have a full understanding, a full view of your whole life in a general sense. It's not to make you stress and worry about it. It's just to help you to be able to see where you're at and see where your strengths and weaknesses are, so this way you can work on it going forward. It's kind of like corrective criticism for yourself. So keeps you accountable for your money, and then it also keeps you accountable for keeping up with your budget and your life. So you do have as examples in here is residual versus passive income. Also the same as your listings for your budget. As we've said before in some of the other streams that I've had it where you have your fixed or first, your variables are second, and then you have, for example, in my budget, wherever that might be, this mess. All right, I'm going to show you, oh, it's a hot mess, hold on. Try to show you an easier way of doing this. There are printouts online that you can find, like canva.com is one. Google is always my best friend. And there are some sites that you can print out your own budget worksheets. I prefer to use my own, like this little 5-subject notebook, and I just draw lines on it and make my own little grid. I've tried planners. I've tried workbooks. But the way that I have my own personal setup, I like to make my own personal budgeting book. It covers most of the things that I personally want to cover, and then it also helps me to be able to look at things that may not be in the immediate future, but future plan, like for holidays or vacations and stuff like that. Also maintenance is another thing that I put in there. But and I think I've said this in the stream before, is that if you're not able to handle your money when it's like pennies and dimes, you're not going to be able to handle it when it's hundreds. So if you're able to get a hold of it when you hardly have any money at all, or are even in the negative, then you're never going to be able to handle money at all. At least in larger quantities, because you're going to have the same fumbling as you did when you had change. So you okay? What was that, Pitbull?
No, it's Gumby. That's little.
Oh,
my mom
Christmas
got me that
Gumby.
one about 8 years ago. I found it.
I know I'm kind of like dumping a lot of information on you guys, not really showing you anything. All right, just as an example, I'm just going to show you my September basic layout. You're probably not going to be able to see it very well. It's a mess. It's been sitting there for a month. Anyways, so I have the month. I don't know if you guys can see that. I have the month, my fixed, my variables, and then I have something called a sinking fund. And on the bottom I wrote debts, which I ended up moving up one for October's because I didn't have enough to put in sinking funds. So I put my fixed, which is like for me personally, like storage, cell phone, Google, Amazon, insurance, stuff that's going to be the same thing every single month. Pretty much about the same amount. Like you could, if you really wanted to, you could put some of your personal bills up there. But that's a fixed amount. Like, you know, every single month that you can put this on auto pay. The secondary parts for the variables, that's cute.
That's Deuce, man.
Yeah. For the variables, things like gas, personal usage, household goods, stuff that like is about the same, not really, like groceries. They move a little bit here and there, like it fluctuates. It's variable. It's not the same every month. So you put that next. Any kind of debts. Like for me personally, I have my tolls, and I pay for a PO box, so I consider that to be a debt, even though it is a fixed. That's something that I'm currently in the process of looking to change the amount that gets auto paid. So I put that in my debts because it is a debt that needs to be paid, but it's also something that I can alter and change. So I didn't put it in any of the other categories. Now, as far as sinking funds, that's something that is some like savings accounts for specific things. Like my sinking funds is going to be each one of my kids, and then on top of that, we also do family trips. So we do like the beach or the mountains, which this year kind of got annihilated because of finances and weather and schedules and everything. So, like Christmas, birthdays, and also if you want to donate money. I know a lot of people here lately have started donating to certain causes. Keep in mind, yes, it is very nice for you to donate, but it's also still your budget, and you have to keep an eye on that. You know, we want to donate all we can, our time or money or our resources or whatever that you have available, because we have a good heart, or we just want to do that, and we forget that you have to make sure that you're good first. um, so just keep that in mind when you do go to donate, that keep it at a certain amount or whatever you're capable of doing without it hurting you. Because I know me personally, I used to get money in my hand and I was this person. Oh, you need this? Oh, you need that? Oh, yeah, I have money, I can do this. And the next thing you know, you're broke. So I was really bad about like homeless people. I would be handing out $100 bills to homeless people. That's just how I am. So yeah, so just keep that in mind. And then also, if you have any major debts.
Hot Wheels from McDonald's.
Back in the day, huh? Oh yeah, there's a thing that you can stay in the hot dog mobile overnight. Jeff's showing me all this stuff.
Look at there, roses.
Oh wow, I haven't seen that in forever. There's a roses store in Stony Point.
Yeah, there's really. I know there's one in Morganton and one in Hickory, or there used to be one in Hickory.
So, and then also like your own personal savings. If you have the ability to put that. Now, I'll be honest with you, a lot of people they're seeing this and they're panicking right now, and I totally don't blame you for panicking anytime that you hear about money. But money wants to flow, so you got to give it somewhere to go. Have you ever tried to save a dollar bill? How fast did you want to spend that dollar bill? How long did it stay? Like, say, in your wallet or your purse or whatever? Did you end up using it? It's because it needed somewhere to go. So money is like water. It likes to flow. It comes in and out of your life constantly, and it likes that. So when you wish for abundance and stuff, just remember that the positive comes along with the negative. So anytime you're like, oh, I want a lot of money, and then you get it, and the next thing you know, you got a lot of bills, or something happens, and blah, 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 and blah, 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 because money wants to go. It doesn't want to stay. It doesn't want to stay stuck. So, so yeah, the best thing to do is to find a place for it to go. Whether it's in a savings account, in a bill, to another person, doesn't matter. It just wants to know where it's going. And this is going to help it be able to flow a little bit better in your life. Let's see. All right. So pay it forward and cash envelopes. What I mean by pay it forward is that you're basically doing it for yourself. I know a lot of people hear this saying, pay it forward, as in like, I don't know, a Starbucks drive-through, where you pay for your account and then you pay for the person behind you. And then you make this into a cycle where this person pays for that person behind me. Now this person pays for that person. And then it ends up being, just like a long line of people paying for other people. So it's really cool experience if you've ever experienced it. But what I'm meaning more of is the same concept of, okay, well, I'm paying for this right now, but if I have anything that I can put towards the next, I'm going to put it towards the next. So going ahead, and instead of, oh, well, I paid all my bills this month, I got all this extra money, let me just go buy whatever the fuck I want to buy. It gives you some sense of stability, even if it's a small amount. you get to knock off that little bit of amount for the next month. Depending on how your financial situation is. A lot of people are going to be looking at me like, bitch, I can't even pay for this month. What the fuck are you talking about? So it doesn't, if it doesn't resonate, if it doesn't apply to you, just be kind and leave me a like or something. And go about your day. But if it does, then that's great. If I can give you some advice that you can walk away with today that can help you out, then that's even better. And I'm really bad for not taking my own advice, so y'all need to get on to me about that shit. So depending on your income and how it comes in, right? I was working at a job that was landscaping, so I was getting paid every week. So this baseline is off of a weekly pay. Some people get paid twice a month or every other week or once a month. You know, I know a lot of people that are on fixed incomes right now. Maybe even some of you are doing little side jobs. This helps with side jobs too, keeping up with that. If you're wanting to start a business, or if you're, even from work from home, if you want to start your own little legit side business thing and you want to just start your monetary, then you can start doing this too. It literally starting from zero or negative. That's pretty much where I'm going. And that's where the next question is. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm kind of skipping over cash envelopes. Wait, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Time out. My brain starts going and I have to kind of stop myself. Paying it forward. Let me get back on that topic. Paying it forward to yourself is like, all right, say you take 1 month's bill, right? Fixed income or fixed bill. Mine personally is storage. I have a storage unit that I've been trying for the past 6 months to get rid of. It's just not working out. So, I got a storage building that I have to pay a fixed amount every single month. And so I just finally got caught up, but now I want to pay it forward if I have to. So what I did was I would take on average about 4, right, paychecks a month because I was getting paid weekly. And I divided up the next bill amount to each week. So that way I'm only taking, say, for example, for I don't know, I did the math on this, but you guys know my math. For 107, it says here $170, like approximately 85 or something. I don't know. Anyway, so you divide. That's not right. I wrote it down wrong. So say I have a bill that's $170, right? You divide that by 4, it's $42.50 a week. So instead of taking out like one check, taking that whole check and paying it, I'm now taking little bits of that check to pay for the next bill. I don't have to do that every single time, but it just helps to put it forward towards the next one. I at one point had 6 months of my bills paid up and ahead of time. So, and my year's rent was paid in full. So all the money that I had coming in was all straight profit. And that's something that you guys can get to. It's really not as bad as it sounds. Some people, they may have a little bit more of an advantage than others, but it's possible and you can do it. I also might be naive in stating that because of the fact that I haven't had a house payment since 2020. So, pre-COVID. I'm still in pre-COVID. So, 5 years ago in my mind. So prices, bear with me. Prices have gone up exponentially, and what I'm saying may or may not apply to you in this moment in time. And by the time that you're watching this, it may also change by then as well. A lot of things are going to be happening between now and 2025, especially in America, that are going to be mind-blowing. So we're going to have to really buckle down and start looking at this as a very big reality in our life every single day. Also, for me, I ask of you, those of you who watch this, to be a little bit more kind to other people. I know I said this yesterday, but a lot of people are going through a lot of stuff right now. And even though you personally are going through a lot of stuff, just try your best that even in your harshest moments to take a breath to just keep breathing, because it's rough for everybody right now. So instead of taking those big bites of your paycheck, and then you're stuck with nothing for the rest of the week, taking little bites and putting it towards this. Take a little bite of this, put it towards that, a little bite of this. And then you do have a little bit extra work with, because of the fact that now you're breaking it down. If you're not able to do it this week, that's fine. But just remember that you're going to have to make up for that in the next. So, but you'll notice, like, your moods will start to be a little bit better. You'll be a lot less stressed out once you're able to get a hold and manage on your money and seeing where it goes. And then you start to be able to adjust it. Be like, oh man, I didn't realize I'm spending out $200 on my paycheck every week in fast food, because it's quick to do. I don't know about y'all, but Halloween candy this year is $30 a bag. I know somebody's gonna have their light off this year, so so it goes quick, and it gets nickel and dimed out of you pretty much every angle that you look at. So it just really helps. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. Cash envelopes are another one that you can use instead of, if you don't want to do the online thing. Some people don't like to do online. Some people like to stay in the original cash envelope system where this originated from. So basically what you're doing is that you're taking these envelopes and you're putting in that certain amount towards the next bill in the envelope. Now, me personally, if I did, I would put it in a safe, like what Justin right now. I would put it in a safe just because I wouldn't advertise that you're doing it. It's just for your knowledge only. And when you're doing your budgeting, sometimes people have what you guys have seen me use is the binder, which I don't have with me right now. But you guys have seen me before do the cash envelopes, where you're basically just writing out each one of these, putting in that certain amount each week, keeping up with it, and it's just basically a paper version of what the online version is already doing for you. Everydollar.com automatically does the math for you, and it also does what tells you whether or not you're over budget or under budget by a certain amount. You can do budgeting to zero, like zeroing out your budget. I have not had much luck with trying to figure out how to. I'm not in the website enough for it to be able to be updated every day. So I do it once a month and then look at it, or once a week, I'm sorry. I do it at the beginning of the month, but then I also do it once a week. So it only updates when you update it, unless you have it attached to your card, which does have the option for that. I personally don't, because I don't like that information being everywhere. I didn't even want to get credit cards or anything like that growing up. I've always hated that idea, and I don't even really like debit cards, but it's just, I'm more of a cash person. I was raised with cash and always just worked with cash, and I even prefer cash jobs. So yeah, it's hard to keep up with the cash part unless you're doing the envelope system, and then you're still having to budget it all out. And it does take a large amount of self-discipline to not look at that envelope that has money in it and see something at the store that you like and not go and grab that envelope knowing that you have money in the safe. That's the hardest part. Or be like, oh, it's only $10. This is only $5. It's only $4.99. I still have $10. Like, it's that kind of stuff, that kind of thought process that ends up making you broke. So, let's see. So at the top of if you go on the actual website, which I'm trying to figure out how do I add that on here? Because I don't even think I can talk in the chat. I'm going to edit the stream info, and I'm just going to put the name of the website that I'm using right now. That way you guys can see what it is that I'm talking about, because right now I can't share my screen. Hopefully that changed it for you guys. All right, so it's in the stream name. And let's see. Oh, I done messed this one up. Let me go back a month. Or 2, or 3. Okay. Let me just pretend and go into December. Adaptive charging. All right. So what you do is you put your income across the top, right? You have your income, you're writing it across the top of it. Then you have your fixed, which is the same bill every month. You have your variables, which are kind of the same every month, but a little different. And then on the bottom of it, you put your debts, your sinking funds, and whatever is left over, if there is any, savings. I'm going to get a little bit more into snowballing next week, but and a little bit more into like the algebraic terms that you could possibly use for this, because, and I know I've probably said this in the stream before, but I never really thought that there was much algebra in the world around us. I never really thought about it that much. I knew there was percentages because of sales. I knew that there, and tips and stuff like that. I knew that there was fractions because of sales, but I never really used them. Missing pieces to the puzzle, just figure it out, right? And so I didn't really get into a full understanding of how much numbers really rules the world until I got older. And when I had kids and I started to look at their homework and realize that I'm not as smart as I thought I was. So sometimes you have to stop, take a step back and look at your life and to understand exactly the reality of it all. Sometimes we think it is one way, but in reality it's very different. So sometimes taking that step back, looking at and getting very, very, very real with yourself of what the numbers are and how they affect your life and how those missing pieces end up being a bigger piece of the puzzle that you didn't realize. You know, when you have that algebraic expression in life where you think that everything is going great and then you have this missing piece that you just don't understand why, and it causes this huge problem and you just don't understand why your life is going the way that it is. When you find the algebraic expression and start to see where those numbers are and where they lay and what they mean and where the missing pieces are, then you'll start to be able to get a bigger picture of everything, and then it starts to run a little bit smoother. Not going to say that it's going to be perfect, but learning that expression and learning more about yourself and going forward helps you complete that problem and get a solution to it, you know? So sometimes you have to stop and relearn. Sometimes you have to learn from where you're at. Sometimes something you never learned before and now you're learning it for the first time. So don't be too hard on yourself. Everybody's got to start from somewhere. And like I said, sometimes you got to start from the negative.